Good morning, Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma. Welcome to Special Report for Monday, first day of the week. And It's the 20th of July. I'm Chris Olcorn with
Danny Dupuy over here. Good morning, Sault Ste. Marie. We hope you're enjoying this beautiful Monday. Sorry, not beautiful. It's kind of gloomy outside, but we will have a further weather update with Daniel. How's it going, Chris?
It's going good. Hopefully in Daniel's forecast, things will be a little bit warmer than they are out there today.
It was cold this morning. I was not expecting that.
I got an alert on my phone that it's only going up to like 21 or something.
No more of those 30 plus days.
Yeah, no. After this weekend, actually, I went to the beach yesterday. That was interesting.
Yeah.
We're the only people there, and then it started to rain, and then we left. So
I know,
yeah.
I got stuck. I went up north again this weekend. Ended up getting caught in the rain, but saw a beautiful thunder and lightning storm, and luckily no one got injured. Actually, Saturday morning. It was like the mid-afternoon when I came back, and it was so much rain. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, there was quite the storm we had on Saturday night as well.
Yeah.
We got quite the light show here in Sault Ste. Marie. Alrighty, Doug Ford is coming back today. He will be with Christine Elliott, Deputy Premier, as normal. But Rod Phillips, the Minister of Finance, will be there. They're doing this at Queen's Park. Ford has been doing a little bit of a tour to a bunch of different businesses, but today it'll be from Queen's Park at 1 p.m. and we will carry that here on TV at 1 p.m. Mm-hmm. Now, Friday was a big day. And one of those big day things was we could actually start to go into places we weren't allowed to.
Woo, yay!
Yeah, so we have, interestingly enough, some places have chosen not to open, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But one of the places that has is gyms are starting to reopen up.
Yes.
Alex was at Fit for Less, one of the reporters here. Mm-hmm. And the Y is now looking at opening. I believe it's on Wednesday.
Yes, the Y is going to open Wednesday. It's crazy to think that they've been closed since March 16th.
It's been like 4 months.
I know, it's nuts. All these businesses are talking about when they first closed their doors, and it's just like to really think about when they closed their doors and how far along they closed it. It's just, Did you also think that these past 4 months kind of went by fast?
Well, they do if you're in news, because it's just been like constant. Yeah, I mean, like, you really understand that what an essential service is when that essential service has to start social distancing, which means you cut your staff basically in half. So we are like every other desk in the office. So normally it's busy in a newsroom, but when you're dealing with having to socially distance and then people working different schedules so that you're not all there at the same time. It's way faster pace. It's go, go, go.
It's been nuts for us over here.
Yeah, it is. It's been totally nuts. And we've had all kinds of different stories that have come through, local, national, international. Just before we started here, we were looking at a story from the UK about this drug for coronavirus.
Yeah.
And it's reducing patients' likeliness of needing a ventilator by 79%.
Wow.
I'll have more on that on my show probably later tonight. We don't have time to get in here. However, COVID-19. We have case number 27. So right now we have 2 active cases, case 26, case 27. This came out on Friday.
Of course it comes out as we're leaving and done our shifts.
Yeah, it seems weird how that happens a lot. But this one is a resident of the Algoma district. So I'm guessing this one is not in Sault Ste. Marie and area, because normally if it is, they say Sault Ste. Marie and area.
Yeah.
The person's self-isolating, they're doing the contact tracing, and all the close contacts have been notified. We don't know if they were out in public anywhere that we need to let you know yet, but if we do, we will pass that on.
Yes.
And also, we had a pretty good end of last week. We had 111 cases.
Wasn't it 111, 111, 111?
111, 111, 102, 111.
Okay, 102 is good. We went down.
So we got our rolling 5-day average with that down to only about 118. However, over the weekend, on Saturday we had 166 new cases, and on Sunday we had 164. Now, those numbers have popped up now, but we have to consider that predominantly those cases were in Windsor, Essex, and the GTA.
And that border is still closed. They haven't opened phase 3 at all yet. No. Okay.
So Toronto's still in phase 2. Given the fact that a lot of the cases over the weekend were in Toronto, it's probably Toronto's hoping that this week will be when they move to stage 3. But John Tory said yesterday that he does not want to open the city to stage 3 until they're ready to get there and not have to go back to stage 2. He's still concerned about the cases.
Well, it makes sense to do that, because let's be honest, if they open up and we get hit again, it's completely shut down all over again, and I mean all that hard work kind of seems like it's gone to nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I'll get to this a little bit later, but Lake
Yeah.
Superior State University has changed their school calendar specifically to deal with COVID-19 to prevent an outbreak the next winter when these sorts of viruses reemerge. Because basically COVID-19 is the most active when it's below 4 degrees Celsius. So they're trying to prep the next school year without actually having people there when flu season basically begins.
Start your reading week a little bit earlier, I guess.
Yeah, you got quite the winter break coming up. If you're going to LSSU. I keep saying LSU because I lived in the southern states and I think LSU Tigers.
Nope, not over here.
No,
Michigan
this is
State.
the Lakers we're talking about. Also, they did 27,000 tests on Sunday, which was amazing. And our positivity rate is 0.6.
Okay.
Yeah,
0.6,
and we're
there
almost
we
down
go.
below 100 people in the hospital now. We're at 101 across the province. And
Canada's
then
just doing good. You
Yeah.
keep on keeping on. There you go. Keep doing
34 in ICUs and 23 on ventilators.
Okay, so even our ventilator number's gone down a bit, hasn't it?
Oh yeah. These numbers are all trending in the right direction. It's just when you catch COVID-19, some people have it for 6 or 7 weeks before they recover.
Yeah. I mean, just gotta make sure it
particularly
stays though like that heading into following
Yeah, well,
weeks.
it wasn't that long ago that we had over 1,000 people in the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like in early May, we still had over 1,000 people in the hospital at that point. So it's really gone down. Alrighty.
We are going to move on to our next story, though, and this is a story that we've been chasing. Well, we've been chasing this story since it first came out, December 2017, and this is our Civic Center. When will it be redone? Well, luckily I was able to speak with Don Elliott and same with Tessa over down at the Civic Center, and they are letting us know that by the time the snow hits the ground, this building will actually be finished. The exterior will likely be completed by December 2020, but the interior, they're still going to be doing a few work in there. So Chris, I do want to let you know there is a deadline for the Civic Center, December 2020, even though it was supposed to be
December 2019?
2019.
Yeah.
Well, we had 2018, 2019. Now it's December 2020, and we hope. Luckily, though, with COVID-19, it was not impacted as much. They were still considered essential service, so they still maintained work. The only thing that was really different was they made changes to their protocols, procedures, and just overall how they do that. I mean, they're reframing the windows. They're just making sure the exterior is proper. And I mean, with all this heavy rain and stuff like that too, they haven't been able to stop. So at least we now know that there is this hard deadline of December 2020. So we're going to look forward to that.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of other things going on in the city, I wrote an article over the weekend on Finn Hill. There's a young boy. His name's Charlie. He sent a letter to the mayor asking for a couple things about Finn Hill. One of the things he's asked for is either a chairlift or a conveyor belt. One of the reasons he said for that is it would help people who are physically disabled be able to get up the hill. As well, people who are not physically disabled, such as Charlie, they won't get as tired and they can do more rounds on the sled.
Have you seen Finn Hill? Have you ever walked up it?
I live right around the corner from it.
Have you walked up it?
It's a big hill. Yeah, I can't. And actually, one of our coworkers used to run up that for exercise.
I do. It's so much fun. Not really, because it's torture, but it's great.
Yeah. And so he's asked for that. Now, the other thing he did ask for as well is a warming hut. And he said, it's a smart kid.
He is. He really
said,
thought
look,
about
there's
this.
a warming hut at the skating place downtown by the library. Why can't we have a warming hut at Finn Hill? I think that's a valid question. The city actually owns multiple warming huts. They just have to put one over at Finn Hill.
Yes. Oh my God. What a way to think outside of this box. That's phenomenal. Good for you, Charlie.
And now we got to go over for a weather tease to Daniel.
Good morning, Chris and Danny. How are you today? Did you guys get caught in that storm at all over the weekend?
Oh, absolutely. I was driving in it. So can you tell us how the weather is going to look today, Dan?
Oh, well, it's, you know what? It's a lot cooler than it was over the weekend. I mean, it was Saturday, everything was just sticking to you, and it was, you know, it was very uncomfortable. But last night the winds blew in, and we got some cooler air coming in for the day. We're going to see a live view of our waterfront cam here, which is sponsored by wirelesscom.ca. And as you can see, there is some clouds. There is a bit of fog this morning. That's going to clear up as well. And we are going to see some sun later today, but you might want to bring that jacket because it's not going to be super hot. But I will have your full 3-day forecast as well as your regional temperatures coming up right after this break. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What's life without making a few mistakes down the road? A few sharp turns. And doing things for what we adore, but might regret later. A trip to Chuck's Roadhouse isn't one of them. With melt-in-your-mouth AAA steaks, buttery lobster tail, half-priced apps after 9 p.m., an ice-cold draft with all your Roadhouse favorites. Chuck's Roadhouse. Food the way it ought to be, priced the way it used to.
A message from the Government of Canada.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern Peoples Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Goulet Bay, Black Road, Government Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
And welcome back to Special Report, brought to you by KC Securities. And now it's time to do some Facebook shoutouts. So good morning to Juliana, Margaret, Karen, and also good morning to Tammy Lynn.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday.
And also, if you want to send us a good morning, a shout out, you want to say a birthday on air, just pop it in the chat on Facebook Live. It's the place where we can actually see what you're saying. While we're live on the air. All the other ones we don't see until after the show. So if you want to interact with us live, just do it through the Facebook Live on our Sioux Online Facebook page. Alrighty, Daniel, let's get the next 3 days. What's going on?
Thank you very much, Chris and Danny. Yes, we're going to get right into your forecast here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the radar first. And as you're going to see, it's going to come up on your screen. We've got a few fronts here that are kind of hanging around. And if we would zoom out just a bit, we would see that they're kind of up over northern Quebec there. Now, what's going to happen is these are going to move out, and we're going to get some high pressure in a couple of days once this passes through. But we are going to see some showers coming in late Tuesday, early Wednesday, maybe Wednesday afternoon from the low pressure coming from the U.S. there. And then it's going to clear up for a couple days, and then we're going to see another change on the weekend. So we're going to be back and forth this week. I know that everybody wants to hear that we're going to get sun the whole time, but it's going to kind of be all over the place. Okay, I'm going to get into your regional temperatures for Northern Ontario. These are your expected highs for today. 26 Thunder Bay, 18 in Wawa, the cool spot. 20 in Timmins, Sault Ste. Marie will be 19, Elliott Lake will be 23, and Sudbury 22. Now, the expected lows overnight, Thunder Bay 12. Look at Wawa, you're in single digits tonight. Better get those blankets out. 9 degrees, 13 in Timmins, 13 here in Sault Ste. Marie, 14 in Elliott Lake, and 15 in Sudbury. Okay, so the current weather is 15 degrees outside. There are some clouds. The fog has dissipated mostly, but there will be some lingering fog patches. And then we are going to clear up and have some sun this afternoon. 19 degrees is your high with a low of 13 overnight. The winds are going to be 21 to the northwest, but we are going to see gusts up to about 35 kilometers an hour. So it is still breezy out there. It was very windy overnight. So you may have noticed there's some tree branches down in some spots. And our humidex is not really a factor today, 21 degrees, so it won't be very humid. We will get a little bit of a break from that. All right, getting into your 3-day. So Tuesday we will see mainly sunny skies with a high of 24. This is our seasonal temperature. Actually today for Monday we'll be below seasonal for the first time in a while. So Tuesday we'll be up at seasonal temperature of 24, and then we will see a low of 16. And late into Tuesday night, early into Wednesday morning, you are going to see those showers move in, and probably see those throughout the day on Wednesday, with only a high of 23 on Wednesday as well, and a low of 16 overnight. Now those are going to clear out Thursday. High pressure's coming back, high of 29 degrees. The humidity will be making a return as well. So Thursday we'll kind of see a little bit of a change before the end of the work week. Low of 17 overnight on Thursday. However, I will have your full 7-day coming up with the details for then and the weekend, as well as our Weather Watcher segment. So I'm going to send it back over to Chris and Danny.
Thanks, Dan.
Dan.
Wow,
in unison. Wow,
Yeah.
there we go. Thanks, Dan.
That's perfect. It's nice to know that it's not going to be too hot this week.
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were going commercial. That's my mistake, everyone. We're still going. But we do have some important news going on. A lucky man in Blind River. Amazing story what happened to him. He ended up buying one of those Monopoly play cards, as you would, and left in his car, went back. Turns out he won $50,000. So congratulations, Timothy Allen of Blind River. That's nuts. We've been seeing a lot of people lately in Sault Ste. Marie area winning these numerous jackpots. So that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah,
so he'll be picking that.
$100,000 the other day. Someone won $1 million and had to go to Toronto to collect it and couldn't because of COVID-19.
Yeah. But they are saying with certain the certain price, like you can go there and collect it, or you just kind of make your request via mail. We also, the Ontario Finished Rest Home would also like to thank the community for its support. They were able to reach their fundraising goal of $20,000 for their COVID-19 pandemic fundraising campaign. We also really this is interesting when I was reading this. So a case of their surgical masks for 2,000 masks, it typically costs $92. But with COVID-19, it's now that $2,000, not $2,000, oh my goodness, those 2,000 surgical masks now cost over $1,200. Isn't that ridiculous? From 92 to $1,200.
Yeah. The reason that doesn't surprise me is because I have been walking around stores and I see people wearing those medical masks, and they shouldn't be wearing them, just the cloth masks. They don't need to leave that for the hospitals and so on. But we gotta take a break, and we'll be right back in just 2 minutes.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Hello and welcome back. We just want to say thank you to KC Security for sponsoring the show. So over the weekend, we did see numerous fires come up, unfortunately. There was a fire in Prince Township on Saturday. What happened was it was a large garage that caught on fire, and then it also took out the 2 smaller buildings beside it. Luckily, no one was injured. The fire does not appear to be suspicious, which is great. So as you can see over there on Town Line, that's where the fire started. They're still trying to figure out in the works as to what exactly happened, but again, no one was harmed. And there was a forest fire discovered near Searchmont, and it's not under control, which is very interesting to see, considering there are so many random fires currently popping up. It does say that currently 10 fires are active in the Northeast Ontario region, with 3 not under control. 2 forest fires are under control and 5 are being observed. So over time, what happens with these fires is the ground is so dry, then you mix humidity and heat on top of it, and they just spark, just come up. So we do have one over by Searchmont, and like we said, there was a fire in Prince Township, but that's okay. And Chris, you have a really interesting story on LSSU right now, don't you?
Yes. Okay. So obviously, if you go over the border and you come back, normally you need to be quarantined.
Yeah.
Well,
makes sense.
Obviously, if you are a student over at, if you're a Laker,
you want to say something else, I know
yeah,
you
I know.
do.
I keep saying I want to say LSU Tigers, but if you're a Laker and you're a Canadian student, there's about 80 of them. You will be able to go over to school and come back without having to do a quarantine. But LSSU has been doing a couple different things to protect their students. One is they're starting early. So you'll start August the 10th, which is really close. It's 2 weeks earlier than they normally start.
Yeah, they made that announcement 2 months ago or something like that.
Yeah, but you're going to finish your first term at American Thanksgiving and not come back afterwards.
So you're off in November and you don't go back till January.
Late January, and you'll finish April the 30th. There's no spring break, and they're doing this because they want you to minimize your travel back and forth. For students, because obviously they come from all over the country.
Close the school.
Well, that would be the way that you want to really stop it. But they
not let Canadians keep going back and forth.
Yeah. So basically, what they're doing is they're trying to close the school when the next outbreak could happen because of the temperatures, and hopefully by late January it's under control. If there is a second wave, so they're pre-planning right now that they're expecting a second wave, and they want to minimize students going back and forth from their homes. Like, let's say you live in California, instead of flying home to Thanksgiving and then flying back for 2 weeks and then flying back home, you're just going to school straight through, and you just get a longer break at Christmas time and all the way through New Year's and into January. So,
well, that's interesting, but okay, my question for you then, Chris.
Yes.
They're expecting the second wave to happen a little bit more into fall. Now, what if the second wave ends up coming sooner than they anticipated? Does that mean they close the schools sooner? Like, what happens there?
That would be up to the governor, actually.
Oh, so do you think that they've even thought about, like, oh, what if it happens sooner? Or what if it happens later? I mean...
Yeah, I think they have, but the thing with the states is right now their first wave is so big that thinking about a second wave in the fall is more like thinking about being on the down curve of their first wave. Particularly with, like, Michigan has a whack load of cases. Now, in saying that, I mean, in the Upper Peninsula, there's only like 19 active cases. However, in southern Michigan, Lansing and Detroit and everything,
numbers have just gone right up.
Those numbers are through the roof, and they're hot spots, and we got to hit a break. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Even though we can't always meet in person, we can still listen.
Even though schools are closed, help is still available in your community. Even though you may be worried, services and supports are still here.
In stressful times like these, families need mental health supports more than ever.
We are here to make sure you can stay connected to your community and culture.
Nous savons qu'il peut être difficile de rester à la maison, mais vous n'êtes pas seul.
And we know asking for help for yourself and others can be hard.
But there are people in your community who are ready to support you.
No matter your age, gender, sexual identity, race, or culture.
No matter the day, time, or issue.
We're here to help.
And welcome back to Special Report for Monday, July the 20th. At 1 p.m. for Special Report, we will have Doug Ford's press conference. Today will be Christine Elliott, Deputy Premier, and Rod Phillips, the Minister of Finance. And this one will be coming to you from Queen's Park, so please come back and join us at 1 o'clock. Now for our 7-day forecast. What's going on for the next 7 days there, Daniel?
Thank you very much, Chris and Danny. We're going to take a quick look at some video here that producer Mike got on the weekend of the thunderstorm that moved through on Saturday. So as you're going to see come up on your screen, there was there was quite a few lightning strikes, just like there was a storm too that moved through Sunday morning at 4 in the morning. A lot of you may have been sleeping. I was awake. I did get some footage on our Facebook page, so you can check that out. But I'm going to go through your 7-day forecast right now. And just a reminder, send in your photos and videos to ontvweather@gmail.com for our weather watcher. Okay, so for your 7-day forecast, getting into that, we're going to see a high of 24 on Tuesday. We're getting back down to seasonal temperatures for a day or two. Wednesday, you're going to see some showers move in. Thursday, Friday, though, high pressure comes back, highs of 29 and 28. And Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see another change. It's going to stay warm and humid. However, we're going to go see some rain on Sunday as well, highs of 27. Monday, we're going to see sun again, high of 26, back around seasonal, and our lows are sticking around 16 to 18 degree range overnight. So we are going to see again a mixed bag of everything all week. Some high pressure, some seasonal, some rain, but we'll get through that, and it's looking good on the long range again as well. So I'm going to send it back over to you, Chris and Danny.
Thank you so much, Dan. Well, it's nice to know at least it's kind of cooled off for a little bit. But before we end the show, we just want to let everyone know that there's a new fundraiser going on from the Northern Ontario Latin Hispanic Association. So what they're doing right now is they're featuring different Latin flavors, as they say, and they're incorporated into a gift basket. So what you can do is you can go purchase this gift basket. All the funds are going towards the Northern Ontario Latina Hispanic Association, and it's an honoring of Hispanic Latin American Heritage Month, which is between September 15th and October 15th. So if you're interested in this basket, go right ahead. We'll have more on that on our website. And then over to you, Chris, what you got?
Yes, Sioux Library is not going to be opening their doors for you to go inside. They're going to stay with the curbside pickup. They've been having 100 to 200 books taken out per day. Because of the quarantine on books, like if a book gets touched, it has to be quarantined for 72 hours. They're going to stick with the curbside pickup so that people aren't inside touching books, because they said they very easily could run out of books very quickly. If you pull a book off the shelf, it has to be quarantined for 72 hours. So you can still do it online, set up the time to go, and then go and get your books. We'll have news all day. We'll have Doug Ford at 1, and we will have news at 5, and my show at 7 p.m. And we will see you back here at 1 o'clock. Have a fantastic morning.
See you at 1.